Namasika venia benya. Namasika venia benya. I greet you, beloved family. I reach out from my heart to yours. I reach out to embrace you in this now moment. It's been very interesting to experience life on Earth. So many of you feel as if you are walking through your days, and then as you look at your friends or maybe family, you think, who are these people? As you continue to live your life, you may feel as if you are moving in a particular direction, and yet the people around you are doing something totally different. We have spoken of timelines in the past, and there have always been many, many, many different timelines that work in conjunction with each other. But as the earth continues to rise in its vibration, it is almost like a funnel, and it is taking those many, many lifetimes and then bringing them gradually together until there is one primary lifetime or timeline that everybody is tapped into. Each one of you continue to have your own experiences. You continue to live your life, making choices, interacting with others, and having your daily experiences. Where that alignment to the timeline comes in is as if it's an energy that is just around you and around everybody else, that is working hand in hand to bring about this transformation. That is something different for humanity, because everybody would be living their own life, having their own experiences, and there was not as much of an impact on others. Now, because of the way that things are happening, there is an overlay in which each person's lifetime and choices has a deeper impact upon others. As I say that, I can feel so many of you saying, that is too much pressure. I don't want to be an influence on anybody else's. So consider it in the reverse. That as each one of you are living your life to the highest potential possible, it fills up the collective consciousness. And that is what smooths over and helps to create a greater balance with everyone. It is not your responsibility about the choices that someone else may make. The understanding is that as you are living from that place of love, that place of awareness, it is automatically impacting others. Create that ball of light within your heart center. As you feel it, take, as if in your mind's eye, take a small portion of that and send it down through your solar plexus, your sacral center, your root center, and send it all the way down into the earth. As you connect with the earth, it spreads out. Take a moment and allow your consciousness to feel or know the heartbeat of the planet. It is always interesting because some feel it somewhat fast and others feel it very, very slow. The key focus is that reality that the earth has its own heartbeat, that heartbeat might be in alignment with yours, and it's the realization that the planet itself is alive. It has movement, it has consciousness, and that works in alignment with each one of you. Feel that energy as it comes back up through all your energy bodies. You send it up through your throat, your third eye, your head center. You send it up until you find yourself within your higher self. As you are here within your higher self, this is where you communicate with your soul. This is where you feel or see or know or recognize. Your intuition is here working with you. Take a minute to just connect. As you felt the pulsation of Gaia, you can also feel a pulsation of your soul. Let this energy of your higher self create a deep connection within you so that any messages will move up and down with ease. And so that you will know who you are and what is happening. You allow your consciousness to stream further up. As you do so, you follow just that thread of energy, and then it is as if you connect with that which makes you feel completely at home and completely you. This thread takes you straight into your soul. And as you merge with your soul, feel that unconditional love. Feel as if you are expanding because the vibration and light of this love is here. It is you. It is that reflection of God source energy. I, the goddess, walk in and amongst each one of you. As my energies come together with you, we embrace. And as our energies merge, it shifts, moving us into the all that is. Look around at this place of creation. Look around at what is happening here. As if you see spread out in front of you, there is a wave of energy that looks like a river. For some, the perception is that you are hovering over it and it is in the same direction that you are moving. For others, it's as if you are looking at it go from one direction or another. Each way, whatever it comes to you, simply gives you a different perspective. If the sense is that it's going in the same direction you are and you are merging with it, that's that sense of becoming a part of the timeline. If you look and see it coming one direction or another, it's as if you are separated and you are watching the events and the time going past you. For this, I will speak as if we are one with the timeline. Your planet has been moving through the ascension process, which has allowed each one of you to open up to a much greater consciousness. Spirituality is the expanded awareness that you are more than just a person in this lifetime, and that you are more than even just your own soul journey. As you are spiritually aware, you understand that everybody's journey has an impact on each other. You understand that this experience, which has been many thousand years in the coming, has been about moving through a cycle that you may call enslavement, where each person, in most cases unconsciously, were going through life reacting to situations until you began disconnecting from that, looking at life differently. And as you have disconnected, suddenly everything is bigger, brighter, and a much greater potential. So, as if you are hovering over this stream of consciousness that represents the earth, take a moment to consider where you are within this. Now, as I'm observing each one of you, I see where some feel as if you are just in the midst and you are simply going down this river of consciousness. I see some of you more on the outskirts, and just as those waves, you could say, come up against a wall, it's bouncing you off the wall, and you feel as if your life is up and down and filled with turmoil, or filled with questioning, or filled with change that just keeps knocking you against the wall. It's as if these are the two extremes. Oh, I take it back. I see some of you that are observing this, but are not connected into the consciousness. So therefore, you don't have that sense of feeling that flow of energy. You don't have that sense of bumping against the walls. You're simply observing to see how all of this will evolve. As we are in this flow and this movement, I ask you each to pay attention to the flow. And when I say how much of this flow of energy is in a consistent vibration or frequency, and how much is outside of that, observe what may happen. Again, my perception is the center is this large consciousness of energy that is in movement, and I see smaller threads of energy that are still going in the same direction, but they are not a part of the large consciousness. And then very few that are just like fireworks coming off, just shooting off in different directions. You may have something else in addition to that you perceive. So where the majority go, and then the next large number is saying that people are in alignment with the ultimate shift in consciousness, but some are still choosing not to be a part of this transition, or not to be a part of what may be needed to transition your consciousness. So you're there, but not there. You could also say these are the people that are not yet fully awake, because they are not aware of what their consciousness is going through. Now, for those that we saw going off in completely different directions, that represents the people, be it conscious or unconscious, that want nothing to do with the vast majority. Now, this is not about what you may be told or not told. This is about the consciousness of love, the consciousness of light, the consciousness of the higher vibration. And so therefore, those that we see going off in other directions are saying, I don't want that. I want what's going to serve me. I want what's going to keep me doing what I want to do, irregardless of anybody else. Some would call this service to self, whereas all of the rest of that is service to others, meaning it is a blend of the whole. Whew. This energy stream keeps getting stronger and stronger. The more that we are here within this space, the more that we are interacting with it, the stronger it becomes. Whew. We're going to pull back because we were as if we were in the flow. I would like for you to pull back and to disconnect, like there were those that were already disconnected. But take a minute to look at the consciousness as if objectively, as if something's going on here. What does it mean to me? And see what insights you may receive. I'm just feeling and sensing and interpreting what people sense or see. Here are some insights. Because humanity is coming from a place that was full of control and manipulation, including what you're supposed to think, including how you are supposed to react. The sense when we speak of this consciousness of a timeline blending into one, they do not want to be part of something else that is a group action, you could say. 100% understandable. Take a minute and consider. You can look at your own life. You can look at this timeline or this flow of energy and think back to a time in your life when it felt as if you had no control, as if you were just doing what you needed to do, as if you just were trying to get by. Maybe this is where you are right now. Oftentimes, when you feel like that, other people's expectations have an influence on you. Other people's reality are telling you what your reality should be. And these are all outside sources having an impact upon you. You can see how you're shifting downward as I speak of this and no longer part of that big majority. Take a deep breath in and feel where you are in this now moment. I see many of you just popping right up and once again going to the higher frequency of this flow. The difference of this conscious flow or frequency is that it actually gives you independence. So when you join or become a part of this, what you are doing is you are stating your, I don't know the right word for this. You are stating your sovereign self. You are standing forth as your soul presence. You are here observing this timeline that it keeps moving past, in some ways getting faster and faster. And as you stand here as your sovereign self, as your soul, as your universal self, see where your vibration falls into alignment. And the vast majority of you just flow with that high light frequency. This is showing you that when it's a high vibration, you actually become your sovereign self, your authentic self. And this is putting you in with the majority of the vibration or frequency of the energies of the earth. Take a moment and feel as all of that is moving through you. You may now understand that it is actually your independence from that old vibrational control that leads you into this much higher frequency and alignment. I invite each one of you to claim that space of who you are, as if you stand here in this midst, your arms are out, your heart is filled with love, and you can feel it as it's all flowing in motion. Look again, as if you are now standing in the midst of that movement of that timeline frequency. And my perception is that there are even more that are expanding into this higher space. As if parallel to that, the energies of the equinox are not 100% as yet, but they're gathering and they're coming in. Usually, it's 3 to 4 or 5 days before and after the actual date. So we're still a little bit early. But as you are considering where you are in your life, as you are considering how your energies are vibrating, I invite you to tap into the equinox. The equinox is about balance. The equinox is about those that have been growing, harvesting, and getting ready to nurture within. It's about those that have been sleeping long and nurturing within, coming out again to share and sow and grow. This is the balance of the planet. This is the balance of each one of you. This is influencing the balance of the timeline, because it is infusing high light vibrational codes of energy. It's as if these frequencies and these energies not only go into this timeline that you are aligned with, but it goes into each one of you. So as if you are there to receive, as if you feel the energy of this equinox, let it work with your own DNA. Let it work with your mind, your thoughts, your beliefs, your consciousness, so that it can help to recalibrate you so that you can flow with the highest vibrational frequency, not only of the planet, but then it's flowing over into the universe. Take a deep breath in and breathe out. Let this flow of the equinox be present in every cell. Let your alignment with the consciousness be the alignment with the highest frequency. There is always various dimensions, you could say, or perspective within each timeline. Whew. We're going to take a step back again. And after seeing almost as if two rivers have come together and created the infusion of the equinox with the timeline, take a step back and look at what it looks like now. That perspective where you were above it and looking down. How much of what we're looking at now is about alignment with soul, alignment with source, alignment with the higher frequencies. And it's expanding even more. Look again. How about those that remain service to self? How much of that energy remains within this? And rather than different offshoots, there was just a small amount that was down towards the bottom. These changes are created here within this space. These changes are going to impact every one of you as they integrate within you. Be open so that you may receive all that is happening. Be open that life unfolds for you in such a way that you easily recognize your potentials. As you are here within the all that is, ask to know, is there anything that you should know at this time? Take a deep breath in and breathe out. This is the consciousness and the timeline that is on the earth plane right now. This is not going anywhere. Every time we look at it, less and less and less of those very low vibrational energies are a part of this timeline. With that infusion from the equinox, that boosted it even more. So this is your new reality. This is your current and future reality. We let that transition, and I invite you each to come back together as a group. you see coming up within this group the hologram of the earth, take a minute and look at it again with the energy of that timeline that you were just working with. And as you're looking at that, you see how the hologram expands so that it integrates more and more. As the hologram itself expands and it takes on this energy, there's a part that goes out into the universe, anchoring within the universe. The remainder of this hologram goes down. It flows down into and around the earth plane. It moves through the consciousness, and you can see where the consciousness of the earth is integrating everything that we just spoke about. And it continues to create this flow. It continues to create this movement. It anchors within the earth itself, once again feeling the pulsation of the heartbeat of Gaia. What was in the hologram then comes up through the earth, the water, the trees. Everything that you were doing for yourself comes up through where you anchored into Gaia. You also bring the remainder of that consciousness. It comes down through your higher self. It comes down into you where you are. And you can feel both that which is grounded and that which is from the all that is, moving all the way up and down through you. Whew, feel what that is, to be in that balance. All right, beloved family. In these days, as you come up to the equinox, this is, of course, the fall and the spring equinox, let your focus be upon, where's the balance in my life? How can I have balance in my everyday experiences? And then how can I have balance in my relationships with myself and with others? The timeline that was spoken about is the predominant timeline on Earth at this time. And even though the focus may be in all the little peripheries, the vast majority is that of love, of light, and a high frequency. Be open to the flow of the equinox. Be open to the love of your own divinity and how it impacts you. Beloved, I am ever with you and within you. Ansaluia.